Right, we're on the apply bit of the assessment, where we have to maybe do a little bit of applying our skill that we have in a different sort of situation. And in this case, we've got the price of a car, the fact that it loses 20%, and that's each year for 5 years. So we need to work out its value in 5 years' time. Firstly, I'm going to look at the multiplier, at 20%, and it loses it. So my multiplier is 100% take away the 20%, which is 80%. As a decimal, that's 0.8 as a decimal. So that's my multiplier. So I've got £8,000. I'm going to times it by 0.8. And I would get the amount for after 1 year. Then I would have to do that and times it by 0.8 again for the second year. And then the same for the third year. Now instead of all of that, I can say, well, I'm going to be doing that 5 times for 5 years. So I'm going to raise it to the power of 5, because I'm timing it by 0.8 5 times. And my answer will be, let's make sure we know how to do it on the calculator. So we've got 8,000 times 0.8, and here's the key button here, it's this one here, x to the something. That enables me to put any power in I like. I'm going to put in 5 as my power there. Yep, it's on my calculator exactly as it's there on the paper, and it comes out as this fraction, which I'm going to turn into a decimal, 2 to 1.44. So it's money, so I'll make sure I put the pounds in, and that's it. Question 4. Okay, this is now probably the one where people started to find it a bit more tricky. And here's the important thing. Okay, number on apples on a tree increases by 1/5 every year. Now the important thing on applying your knowledge here is to realize that 1/5, I mean, many of you found 1/5 of 45, which is 9 apples, and then you added 9 on 3 times for 3 years. But what you didn't take into account was the fact that after the first year, 1/5 will be more than 9, because there'll be more apples on the tree in the second year. It's just like this situation here. Okay, except we've got this 1/5 every year rather than a percentage increase. So we need to change 1/5 into a decimal. If it's increasing by 1/5, how much is 1/5? 1/5 is, I could also write that as 2 out of 10 or 20 out of 100. 1/5 is 20%. So it increases by 1/5. So my multiplier, and this is where the applying bit is, even though we're talking about fractions here, I can change it into percentages, I can change it into decimals, I can make it a multiplier. So my multiplier is 100% plus 20%, which is 120%, which is 1.2 as a decimal. And I'm doing for 3 years, so I've got 45 apples, and I'm going to multiply it by 1.2 for 3 years. So in the first year it's 45 times 1.2, in the second year it's whatever that answer is, but times by 1.2, so it's being multiplied by 1.2 3 times, and that I can put into my calculator. 45 times 1.2 to the power of 3, 77.76. Now, because this is apples, I can't leave it like that, because I can't say that I have 77.76 apples. I'm going to say 78 apples to the nearest apple. So 78 apples. I'll underline it to make it clear that that's my answer.